Time for another board game review, and this time we have the game Don't Talk to Strangers. This was sent to me by Cryptozoic Entertainment, and I'm not sure who the designer is for this one. In Don't Talk to Strangers, school's out, but otherworldly strangers are here. Mom and Dad haven't caught on yet, so you're on your own, kiddo. Play your cards as efficiently as you can, helping to navigate your kids one at a time from school to a scoring space in order to score as many points as you can before the neighborhood is completely overrun with strangers. Take a wild romp through the parallel universe of Stephen Rhodes. Let me show you how to play. So, in Don't Talk to Strangers, you are trying to get your kids to different scoring locations. So let's go through the sort of flow of the game. On your turn, you can do one of two actions. You can either let out a kid. So, if you don't have a kid on the board, you can put a kid into the school space, which is right here. So, boop. I'll put a kid there. If you already have a kid on the board, you can't take this action, like I said. Once this kid scores, meaning once it goes to one of these scoring locations, then you can take out a new kid on your next turn, if you want. But the action you're going to be doing the most often is playing a move card. You have 3 of them in your hand. So move cards can be pretty straightforward. They can just be like this one, skateboard, move 3 spaces. So just, 1, 2, 3, right? Or something like walkie-talkie. Move any number of your kids 1 space. So let's say I had 1 here and 1 here. Now you're going to be like, wait a minute, can't you not have more than 1 kid out? That's what the North Park is for. If you send a kid and they go into the North Park, each one of those gives you plus 1 kid you can move at a time. Same thing with the South Park as well. So, if I had walkie-talkie and I had, let's say, 2 kids out at a time, I could move this one 1, move this one 1. After your turn is done, you draw a new card, and you add it to your hand. Now, if you ever draw a stranger card, then you have to place a stranger on the board. So, you take one of the stranger tokens, and you can put it on one of those alien heads. So let's say I put mine here. If all the strangers are on the board, the game is over, and then you score. Another card that instantly activates when you draw it is the saucer card. When you draw this, immediately choose any kid, scored or unscored, flip the saucer coin to see if they're abducted, then draw a new card. So, let's say I'm blue player, and I go, okay, I drew that card, I'm gonna pick this kid. You take this coin, flip it, aha! They are abducted. So, that kid is taken off the board. If you place a stranger on a space where there are kids, they are abducted and also taken off the board. Anytime kids are abducted, they just return to the player's supply. Now, let's go through some of the special areas. The library, every time you put a kid in here, it gives you plus 1 to your hand size. So if you want more cards available, you can do that. The pep rally here, it depends on how many kids are in here. If there are 1 to 4 kids in here, they are only 0 points. But if they fill up all 10, there are 2 points each. You've got your 3-point homes. You got your pools that are also just worth points. The bus spaces, certain cards can let you travel between them. The school bus, I can move between any 2 school bus stops. So I can go from here to here. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. Now, the other side of the board is just a harder one, side B. And it's got pretty similar mechanics, just some different scores, and just a different format as well. Once all the stranger spaces are filled, you count up the points for all the kids in their spots, and whoever has the highest score wins. Or if somebody scores all their kids, then the game also ends immediately, which is unlikely. There is also a card that can achieve victory called the Science Club Saviors card, but I think I'll keep that one a secret because it's kind of funny. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Let me show you a couple cards. I won't show you all of them because, Let's Dig for Treasure, it's kind of more fun to discover these cards as you play. But here's some examples. Pool Party. If you have at least 2 kids at the same pool, you may move any 1 or 2 other kids into that pool. Man in Black, remove any stranger from the board. and take another turn. New stepdad. Move any kid from a home or mansion into another home or mansion. Yeah, so the different cards can manipulate the kids in different ways, but yeah, you're trying to get them to leave the school, go into buildings with movement, and score them. And whoever has the most points wins. So just like Let's Dig for Treasure, the Stephen Rhodes art is very fun, and just like that game, it's packaged with a pretty fun set of rules. There are enough different types of those move cards that you can actually make some interesting plays. And the ways the building score is also unique and fun to puzzle over what you should prioritize. My only criticism with the game is I feel like there should be an option to just move one kid one space if you have literally nothing you can do. Because a lot of the cards have like conditional things, like you gotta go to like a bus, like between bus spaces, or you know, you gotta move a kid if they're in a pool. But if you're stuck with those cards and you just have nothing you can do, that kind of sucks. And yes, there is a card in the game that is just move one space, but again, like I said, it can be frustrating if you have all cards in your hand that literally do nothing, because you just are out of luck. You know, even if it was something like, you know, discard a card to move one kid one space, that would make things more balanced so you're not just fucked by a bad hand. Otherwise, though, this is surprisingly fun for a micro game. I do think the B side of the board, you guys didn't see it for very long, but it's kind of a little more frustrating than it should be. And sometimes, you know, the stranger aliens can just come out a little too quick if you just have a bad shuffle. But the game is so short and light that it doesn't matter that much to me. Again, I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't think these would have much substance, but they're actually pretty fun for very small, bite-sized games.